How's it going, guys, and welcome to a very special live episode of Last to First, and we're back once again on the 1999 mod, which went down a treat last time I did this, which was way back in June. So I'm very excited for this. We are at Brazil for this challenge, and as you can see, we are live as well on YouTube. I will say hello everyone who's watching this live. If you're watching it back and you want to see the next time I stream, then please follow me on my Twitter. It is on top of the screen on the overlay. But we are here for Brazil, and as you can see, we have 93% chance of rain as well. This is going to be a wet race, I can definitely say. And this, I think, for the first time this series, we will be doing a wet race on there.
The car setup screen allows you to
okay, you can shut up, Jeff. Whatever your name is. It is a baseline set as well for all the Last to First challenges from now on. Will be baseline set in the Mclaren of the 1999 mod, and I believe Michael Schumacher's on pole, I think, which just have a check where he is, and he is indeed on pole with Eddie Irvine second. So this is going to be interesting. This race will be extremely interesting. Now, I'm not doing what I did in the 1997 career mode at Spa, going on the primes, because that didn't work out for us. So we will be staying on the option tyres for this, and see how we go with this. So we're going to be leaving the garage right now for the start of this Last to First challenge. If you haven't already, guys, make sure to like this video if you're watching it live or not, and subscribe for more F1 content. With F1 2016 just around the corner, 2 weeks away on Friday will be the release date of that game. But anyway, we're going into this race. Michael Schumacher's on pole, Coulthard's in 5th, and us down in 22nd place on the grid, where we've got to gain as many positions as possible at the start of this race. So we'll have a look now as the lights are building. This live episode of Last to First is away, and we get an okay start. Nothing. Bit of a poor start there, I've got to say for myself. We've got Jacques Villeneuve going backwards. I've got to get used to 7 gears, not 8. Not used to 7 gears, but we've made a good start already. Just got to try and gain as many positions as possible at the start. So we're up to 16th place already, so not too bad. Oh my god, what happened there? The Sauber just brake checked with Della Rosa. Got a brilliant run on Della Rosa now. We're going to go round. Oh, it's Jean Alesi actually. Okay, my bad. Can't believe I got that wrong. Oh, who's that off? Irvine's out of the race already, so we've already got one person out of the race on the first lap. It's been a mad start already of this Brazilian Grand Prix. The weather's going to play an interesting factor as well, I will say. So we'll have to see when the rain comes and see if we can stay out as long as possible. That's the question. It's a 36 lap race, so it's quite a long one, really around Brazil. We're going to get a brilliant run now.
Looking at the radar, it looks like we might have light rain in about 5 minutes.
So we're going to get rain in 5 minutes, so it didn't last long. So we could have actually gone on the primes actually, because it is light rain. Where at Spa it was heavy rain that came down. So we're going to try and get past Fisichella. Late breakers, we've got Tagagi, I think it is. I'm not very good at pronouncing names, but we're up to 10th place. As we're going to maybe. He's holding it around the outside very cleanly, I've got to say. And we're up to 10th place now. Next up, Pedro Diniz in the Sauber, but I say that, got a lot of oversteer, and Tagagi comes back at us. So we're doing very well so far. Half positions gained in 2 laps. And here is the rain in the last sector. But if anyone wasn't a fan or wasn't into F1 in the 1990s, this season was probably one of my favourite ones, one of my favourite seasons, as we go easily past Tagagi now. And just want to quickly mention, if the game says DRS and all that malarkeys, obviously it didn't have it in the 1999 season, so we don't have to worry about that. But we've got a brilliant run now on Zanart. Zanardi, into the back of Deniz.
But just watch the aggression when you're overtaking. We don't want to
Side by side with Zanardi. He's in the Williams, that 1999 Williams, which was pretty good looking, I've got to say, at the time. So there is light rain in the middle sector now, as we just hit the back of Zanardi again.
You're on the slower tyre, but you're maintaining the gap to the car ahead, so we're very happy.
Oh, apparently we are on the primes, actually. According to the game, we're on the primes. Wasn't expecting that. Very surprised. Oh well. Let's see how he goes. We're going to get a nice run on Zanardi again. Along with his teammate. We're going to go down the inside. The Mclaren was OP in the straights. And that has just proven my point.
Curve is working and available to you. Let's take advantage of the boosted kit.
So we're 1.5 seconds off Schumacher, but we have been in battles, so we've got to remember that. So hopefully when we get into some clean air, we should be fine. Still got plenty of time though. I just love this mod. The sound of the engines just brings back good memories of what the engine sounds are like. Don't get me wrong, I quite like the V6s now. They've grown on me a bit. But I do miss these 1999 engines. But the car will look sort of familiar to this in 2017 with them being wider. But I just hope that the new regulations make this sport more interesting again. So on to lap 5. We've got Johnny Herbert, the next man ahead of us, who's fighting with someone. I don't know who it is, as they're squabbling over 5th place. Frenson's leading the race in the Jordan. Who is it? It's Damon Hill. Got a good run on Hill now. Get a bit of double slipstream. We're going to go down the inside of Hill. Maybe even Johnny Herbert, actually. Late break. Get it done. Good move. Double move. Up to 5th. Next up is Rubens Barrichello. Barrichello being surprise package really around here. In the Ford Stewart's, yeah. In the Stewart. Ford Stewart, so he's doing very well, I've got to say. Remember guys, we are in standard mix at the minute, so we are saving some fuel for the time being. Oh, bit of oversteer, not what we needed at the minute.
Starting to see light rain out on track.
Yep.
It's starting to
Thanks
rain.
engineer for telling us. Don't need to worry about it for the time being.
Intermediate tyres for next
And
box.
so he's fighting with our teammate actually, David Coulthard, as Barrichello.
We think the car behind is running on full revs. He's trying to close
So
the
Herbert's
gap.
on full revs, but we're not fussed about that. You never know, Barrichello may win this race, you don't know. Look what happened in Germany, 2000. These type of weather conditions. Obviously he was in a Ferrari, but he's in a Ford Stewart, so you never know. Oh, we've gone very late into the corner. First mistake, starting to get a bit of... losing a tiny bit of grip in this middle sector with this rain. Bit of oversteer as well now. You can just feel the grip going from me.
Behind is only a second down on you. 1 second.
We'll go up to Rich for the first time.
You're keeping up with race pace. Keep pushing.
So it's not really gained as much as we would have liked. But we're only 2 seconds off Barrichello at the minute. Maybe our teammate may help us a bit in terms of team orders. but it is still not ready for dry tyres, not dry tyres, inters yet.
Tyre temperatures are looking really good.
Especially with our temps being up to temperature now. Front left looks a bit cold, but nothing too serious. With Frentzen, I think, still leading from Schumacher. I think it's Michael Schumacher in second. Oh, Barrichello's gone very wide. We've caught to the back of both Coulthard and Barrichello, thanks to their battle they've had.
We can't let this guy hold us up much longer. Pass him.
Let's go a bit wide.
The rear tyres look a little cold.
The rear's getting a bit cold now, which is also a sign that it is sort of close to intermediate territory, but we're now in the slipstream of Barrichello. And I think Barrichello is going to be a sitting duck now, I think. We'll have to see. We're going to go 3 abreast here, it looks like.
Watch it. We're
No,
on the same
can't go
team.
across the green bit, because that'll be track limits, illegal overtake off the racing track. But we get past Barrichello, so we're getting at least 1 position, and we're up to 4th. Next up is our teammate, David Coulthard, who actually helped us there get past Barrichello. So Coulthard seems to be struggling, I feel, now on his tyres. We've got a nice run on him here. He's left the door open on the inside. Got to stay on that racing line. We get past Coulthard. He's gone a bit too deep though.
You're in 3rd.
Got the position. Next up's Frentzen, and Schumacher's actually took the lead of the race actually. So now it's time to try and recreate the rivalry between ourselves, Mick Hakkinen, with Michael Schumacher. Who I think had a classic of a brilliant race in the real life Brazilian Grand Prix actually, funny enough.
The car behind is running on the option tyre. They have the advantage.
So they must be on the option. So for some reason the game's put me on the primes, which for a quick race they always stick you on the option. So not too sure why they put me on the primes, but I ain't complaining in a minute. Still too early for inters, guys. I know a lot of you are mentioning it in the chat, pit, but it is still too early.
Be aware, we think the car behind is
There's
trying
no
to save fuel.
damp patches or anything on the track, but all the cars around us will start to be struggling on their tyres, and we'll be pitting very soon for a set of the, well, if they go onto the primes, then I am baffled to why
Keep the tyres warm. Keep warming
they
the
want to do
tyres.
that. So we'll have to wait and see. This middle sector is actually quite difficult now, but it is still too early for inters. I'm just trying to think when to pit.
It's
Niren's in the chat.
starting to rain.
Hello,
It's
Niren.
right at the moment, but if it worsens, we'll
My
need
fellow
to switch
Nando's
to
friend.
inters or wet.
But it is way too early at the minute. If we continue these 115s,
We looked
then
at the numbers and estimate that Schumacher will
we should be
pit
fine
within
in a
the
minute.
next 5 laps. We're increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second per lap.
when you're trying to make someone a mod, it's very hard. So I'll do it at the pit stop. So Niren, I'm going to make you a mod if you're watching this,
The
mate.
gap between you and the car behind is 3 seconds.
So we've still got a 3-second gap to Barrichello. We're 5.5 seconds basically from Frentzen, and we're about a second, about 6.5 seconds from. Oh, we've gone wide. 6.5 seconds from Frentzen, but we are starting to struggle now in this middle sector. I think the AI are actually trying to stay out as long as possible as well. But remember, everyone is in the same boat as us. We lost a second in that last, in that middle sector. I still feel it's not ready yet for inters. We're starting to get a bit of spray, which gives me an indication that it is very close to that switch over, to that transition. We're getting a bit on Frentzen on this lap, last sector.
Recommend you switch over to intermediates next
Okay.
time you pit. The current tyre you're running on is struggling for grip in these conditions.
Our engineer has informed us it is now time for the switch over. But the thing is, though, we are still catching up to Frentzen, which is interesting. So I could maybe stay out. This middle part, this part of the lap is just so treacherous, but everywhere else is dry. But I think it is now the call to pit. Now we could have been on the options here, and we would have been. Oh, it's annoying.
We
Oh well.
advise mix 2. We're comfortable at the moment.
I think we will pit this time.
You have a 1 second
That middle
lead over
sector
the
is the
car
only
behind.
issue I have. So we may try and jump a few people now. Unless people have pitted as well. Yep, they're all in the pits.
Intermediate tyres for next
I think
box. Intermediate
Coulthard
tyres.
may miss out here. I think he's going to get held up here. Let's go into the pits.
Go.
Yep, we've been held. We've been held a bit.
Be careful not to drive over the white
So
line when coming
oh,
out of the pit.
he lost the back end there. So we're going to come out in third place again. But now we need to really push now.
Let's warm the tyres.
I know we've got
before you
optimal
start
fuel,
spraying
but now we need to really get up to speed, get these
The
tyres
race
at
officials
temperature
have disabled DRS due to the weather conditions.
as quickly as possible. See, we've just got a bit more grip now than before. Got to be very careful on shifting as well. That's why I'm not going down the first gear now. Let's do some short shifts just to help the traction a bit. Just in case it rains again. If the rain gets heavier, we don't have to make a second pit stop for the wets, is my question. Alright, is getting into my mind right now. So what's the gap? 6 seconds now.
We think the car behind is running on full revs. He's trying to close the gap.
So it's got to be very cautious through the centre S's. It is, from what I see, apart from the infield section, the wettest parts of the track.
Watch out for the car behind. He's only 2 seconds down on you.
So
He might try and
Frentzen's gained 2
overtake you to
tenths
make
on
a
us in the
mistake.
first sector. Even Johnny Herbert's actually catching us. Ooh, bit of wheel spin. Come into the hairpin again. Starting to get a bit treacherous now, actually. Could actually be close to wet tyres, I feel, very soon. We've gained a bit more on Frentzen, but Herbert's still catching us. So we'll see how it goes. We're on to lap 14. It's starting to get a bit treacherous now. You can just see from the puddles of water on my screen now. Visibility is going to be a massive factor now. Hopefully it looks nice for you guys in the chat. It's down to 4.7 seconds, so we're just getting into a groove now. Gained a bit on Herbert as well behind. It's now 2.8 seconds. But remember, guys, what would you like me to do next in terms of a last to first? Could be, if you see any season mods on any F1 game, let me know by posting it to Twitter, which is RyanL83, which I'll leave, which is on top of the screen and in the description below. And who's that off? Is that Michael Schumacher off? Schumacher's out of the race, guys. He's off the track. He's crashed it into the wall, and he is out of the Brazilian Grand Prix, it seems. And this is big. This is massive for the well, I was going to say championship, but we're not doing a season career mode on this. But we've only got Frentzen to catch up to now, so Frentzen now will take the lead of the race. But that is massive, that is. And Johnny Herbert's up to 4th, and Pedro Diniz is up to 4th. Oh, it's happening here, guys. Is it Schumacher? It is Schumacher. Oh my goodness me. Better than, is it Glock? 3.7 seconds now is the gap. Johnny Herbert and I could possibly win this race. It's madness. We can just see Frentzen now in our mirrors as the field is now spread out. No safety car, I will say. It's getting very tricky now. Very tricky conditions right now for intermediates. It's going to be very cautious. Oh, made a mistake on the wall there. That was a mistake from me. So, will it be wets is the question, or will the track get drier? But I'm starting to feel a bit of lack of grip through the centre S's, which is very, very concerning for me right now.
I think the car behind is running on full revs. He's trying to close the gap.
3.6 is the gap to Frentzen. Herbert's catching us up again.
Doesn't get a chance to overtake.
Still got plenty of time though, we're still not even half distance yet, and we're fighting for the lead. Even Johnny Herbert could have a chance of winning this. That's what could be the big shock of this race, so we need to see. But I'm just being very cautious at the minute. May go to lean actually for the time being. Save some fuel. But Johnny Herbert is hunting us down. And this is in real life performance as well. There's no equal.
In 15 minutes time. 15 minutes.
Right, guys, there is rain coming. Rain is on its way. The gap's now up to 4 seconds, so Frentzen's had a good lap. But I think saving fuel will be a good thing for the time being. Still got plenty of time. But Herbert's actually now half a second behind us, so we're into the clutches of Herbert. Here he comes actually. So maybe lean's not the best option at the minute. Remember guys, Herbert is capable of winning a race as we lose the back end there.
To mix 2 or 3 if you need it.
This middle sector is very treacherous right now. As we're actually catching up to Frentzen, so oh, we've gone wide. Is it time for wets, I wonder? As we're starting to lose a lot of grip right now. This is getting really treacherous conditions as we actually now approach the half distance mark of this race. And no one is in the pits at the minute. The gap's 4.7 seconds. Oh, back end still out there. Herbert's got a good run on us. But we're both catching Frentzen, which is even more interesting. So front left is a bit cold, but it's fine for the minute. But in the meantime, we'll get the wets ready.
Wet tyres for next box.
Got to be very cautious in this part of the lap. Got to be very careful. You can see some signs of puddles emerging in this sector. So once you see puddles, it's a sign for pitting for wets, but it's just too early yet. It's just gonna, with the setup as well, it doesn't really help. Getting a lot of oversteer with this baseline set.
The car behind is a full second down on you.
Right, I pulled away from Herbert, so Herbert's at the poor middle sector. Still too early, I believe. Still too early. So now we've pulled it to 1.8 seconds from Herbert, so I think we'll be fine. Still an optimal fuel though.
Be aware, we think the car behind is trying to save fuel.
Still got plenty of time though. 18 laps to go of this race. Very careful in this part, because there's even more puddles emerging. Just losing the back end a bit. Nothing too serious at the minute. It's gone a bit wide though. Taking a different line. Just short shifting up to 4th. Come now into
There's not much between you and the car behind, just 2 seconds.
Still too early to pit, guys. It's still too early. Still too early. Unless I see Frenton diving in the pits now, but he isn't, so still too early. Not enough puddles on the track for wets. It is close, don't get me wrong, it is very close to wet weather territory, wet tyre territory, but it's just not there yet. And anyway, we're still gaining time on Frenton. They're still up to temperature. They are starting to slowly get cooler. I would agree, but it's just not the time yet. We'll lose so much time. It's unbelievable. We'll be good in this part of the lap, don't get me wrong, but the rest of the lap isn't that wet for the wet tyre.
Radar suggests heavy rain in around 10 minutes.
We've got 10 minutes. Oh, it's going to even get worse. Oh, lovely. We're going to get monsoon weather. See, we're still gaining on Frenton, which is the massive important factor. Like this sector, for example, is not wet enough for the wet tyre. It's just not a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a lot of puddles. But we have got heavy rain coming in 10 minutes, so
losing a second a lap to you.
just got to be very cautious. I'm not losing that much traction, because we're still catching up to Frenton. Still got plenty of time in this race to make our move. We've still got 15 laps, and the last 15 laps or so is going to be a wet one. Just did a bit of trail braking there just to help us a bit. Frenton's really struggling, I can just see him. Oh, massive tank slapper there. Whew. Okay, maybe it could be time. So we will take a gamble. We're going to pit early.
Okay, wet tyres for next box.
We are still catching though, that's the thing. Let's see if Frenton pits, that's the question. The answer is no. We're going to go and take a bit of a gamble, pitting way early than I would have liked. We are into the pits for a set of the wet tyre.
There's some traffic at the pit exit. Watch out as you rejoin the track.
So we're going to come out somewhere in 5th place, which isn't too bad actually. Just need to avoid getting the pit exit.
No more scheduled pit stops, so look after your tyres.
You see, look, there's just no grip for the wet tyre.
Car behind is on standard revs. Car behind is running standard revs.
It's not wet enough, that's the problem.
We think you could be on the wrong compound. Intermediates should suit the track conditions best.
I mean, this sector's completely fine, this part of the lap. I've just got to hold on to these tyres last. For the last 15 laps or so. Got to be very cautious right now. It's gone a bit wide. See, this last corner is not wet enough. So we'll see if this strategy will work for us. Coulthard stays out. So we've made the bold strategy of staying out on these wet tyres. But I might have a suspicion we may have to pit again. But we just need to be very cautious at the minute. So we need to see how we do this. Oh, just a bit wide. Here comes Barrichello. See, this part is still not wet enough for us.
Put some pressure on him and try to get it back.
Can't see now from Barrichello's car.
Tyre temperatures are in the optimal range. The conditions are
Let's make a move down the inside. Oh, we've got a corner cut warning. I think that's a bit of a shot. Losing it completely and cutting the corner. We are past. This middle part of the lap, we are very quick in. The rest of the pack. Frenson's just gone past the pit entry. So we've already gained 1.2 seconds on Barrichello already. Coming up now to 13 laps to go as Coulthard now enters the pit lane. They're all in for their tyres, and this is going to be close actually between us and Frenson. So this is going to be for the lead of the race. Frenson, I think, will just get ahead of us here. He does indeed. Very close.
A few teams seem to be putting intermediates on. Keep your eye on the conditions and come in if you need to.
Apparently they're on the intermediates, actually.
Be aware, we're expecting some heavy rain in around 5 minutes.
So we're getting more heavy rain in 5 minutes. We've actually gained quite a bit on Frenson actually from the pit stop phase. Just going to have to hold station for the time being as we do the back end. I have a suspicion we may have to pit again because these tyres, especially the rears at the minute, are getting a bit overcooked at the minute. Frenson's really struggling. We're all struggling at the minute. Oh, gone too deep into the corner. So we're going to have to short shift for the time being, just save a bit of the rear degradation. Remember, we've got to get these tyres to the end. That's the question. That's the big talking point. The back end slid out there a bit out of the centre S's.
We believe the car ahead is running standard revs. Standard revs. This is exactly what we need. Push, push.
Really, I don't think it's wet tyres. I think it is still intermediate weather. In like 2/3 of the lap is intermediate weather, where the middle sector is wet tyre territory. I still don't know if we've made the right decision or not, but we are all struggling now. Ooh, back end nearly went there. That nearly was game over. We only pitted a few laps ago, so there's no point pitting again for a fresh set. We may have to pit again.
We need you to start lapping in the high minute 19 bracket to match the car ahead.
Frenson's starting to struggle. Oversteer again. And again, just can't get the power down through the exit the centre S's.
Pace is good, pace is good.
We've got a good run here on Frenson. Gonna get ever closer, won't make a move here. It's just too early to make a move. It's gone a bit wide, getting a bit of dirty air from Frenson's car. It is bringing Johnny Herbert and some people back into the frame. Oh, we've gone a bit too deep. Oh, that was close. I need to feed the throttle. Indeed, I do. You know, I do indeed need to. We're on the wet tyres at the minute, whereas I think Frenson and co on intermediates, but we've been on these a bit longer than them, and we have suffered a bit of tyre wear from when we pitted before they did, because the track is still intermediate weather at the time. So 6 laps we lost due to the
excellent work. Try to keep this pace.
Oh, I can't remember what I'm saying now. I'll rephrase it. When we pitted, it was intermediate weather, and we lost a lot of grip in the tyres, which will hinder us. So we may have to pit again for a set of wets. So I'm starting to lose, getting some signs of loss of grip right now, but nothing too serious. Got to be cautious, that's the thing, that's the plan. Feeding the throttle, being very cautious, short shifting as well. But this is a very difficult challenge. I've never done a last to first in wet conditions before, so just going to short shift up to be safe, because we nearly lost it here last lap around. Still got coming up to 9 to go.
Everyone's complaining about the track conditions. Keep your focus.
The short shift again. Deniz is catching up to Herbert. We've managed to pull 4 seconds on Johnny Herbert, so
that's Prost. Take him.
No, it's not Prost, it's Frenson, but thanks to engineer.
Okay, it looks like the car ahead is trying to create a gap. He's running full revs, maximum
Frenson's
power.
taking a gamble going up to Rich Mix. Oh, he's gone very wide, actually, I've got to say. Very wide. He has got to be struggling now on those wet intermediates, surely. Even we are as well, even on wets.
Than the car ahead in sector 1.
Now it's starting to feel wet weather territory. Very close, so they have to pit, surely. They have to. If Frenson went, what? He's staying out. Wow, Frenson's a bit bold. He's got balls.
We need to do better than a low minute 20 to start catching the car ahead. Keep pushing.
We are in the 120s, my engineer. Not like Jeff, but we really need to start pushing now. We need to be a bit aggressive right now.
Great pace, keep this focus.
Just locked up a bit on the front left. Just need to really give it everything we've got now. Still got 8 laps to go. If Frenson stays out to the end, I would be surprised that they can last this long on intermediates in these conditions. We don't need to be aggressive, but we need to be at times. Need to be cautious as well. Like we are now. Last corner, not the best of corners for me. Got +1 of fuel as well, which isn't too bad. And Frenzen's staying out again. Ooh, Herbert pit? No, Herbert's staying out as well. So maybe pitting early wasn't the best decision, because it's affecting our grip really bad right now. Got up to 7 to go. Where's this heavy rain? We've locked up there. Getting a bit of oversteer again.
You might try and overtake if you make a mistake.
And again, Frentzen made a mistake. But literally, it's bringing everyone back. Coulthard's up to 4th, I will say. So maybe Deniz's pitted for wets. But it is getting very tasty right now. 3.5 seconds covers the top 3. And I think it's another 1.5 seconds to Coulthard. So the whole field's covered by 5 seconds, 5-6 seconds, the top 4.
Optimum operating temperature.
We don't have KERS or DRS because this is 1999 season. Now it's 1.7 seconds. It's about 6.5 seconds covers the top 4 in this really mad Brazilian Grand Prix here. Frenzen's doing an incredible job if he's on inters.
Okay, it looks like the car ahead is trying to create a gap. He's running full revs, maximum power.
Be very cautious again in this infield section. We're now catching up to Frentzen again. Very slowly catching up to him. We've got a back marker coming up as well. Frenzen's lost the back end a bit.
We think the rain's going to ease up a bit in around 5 minutes.
Wow, Frentzen can pull off a worldy strategy right now if he stays out on wets, intermediate, sorry. If he stays out, then this could be the perfect strategy by them for another set of inters. Wow. We've got to get the moves done quickly now. We need to pass Frentzen before the weather eases up a bit. We're going to go up to Rich Mix. We're taking the gamble on fuel. Starting to get a bit of wear now on our tyres.
Good pace, keep pushing.
Frentzen gained 6 tenths on us in the first sector. Frentzen's gone wide again at the corner. Yeah, these must be holding out now to the end of those intermediates, surely. Again, just holding it there. Oh, Frentzen's gone over the curb there. I lost the back end there.
You're faster in sector 2 than the car ahead. Sector 2, go for the
bit early on the brakes, here we go. Get a bit of traction. And we take the lead of the race. There we go. Finally get it done. We're up into the lead of the race. And is Frentzen staying out? He is indeed staying out. Got 4 laps to go. What we can do now is try and hold off Frentzen right now. He's all over the back of us. Just short shift a bit. He's got a good exit as well. Here he comes round the outside. But no, we hold him off. Here he comes again. Just keeping third gear for the time being. He's gone very wide. Bit of track extending there from Frentzen. Oh, gone wide. Oh, didn't go on that grass. Oh my god, that was close. We just got one tyre on the grass and that happens. Oh, and again we lose the back end. Oh, this is very... on the outside line, we just got no grip there. And Frentzen retakes the lead with only a couple of laps to go. I'm losing grip right now. Right, let's try again.
We might need to think about moving to fuel mix mode 2 in the next few laps.
Shut up, Jeff. Not right now. Just can't see at all with Frentzen there. So maybe the wets wasn't the ideal strategy. I may regret that decision. Still got plenty of, we've still got 3 laps to go. 2.5 laps. Giving it everything I've got now. They have got the advantage of the traction. But it's been a very, very good race this has, I've got to say, to do. Probably one of the best races I've done in a while. I've got to think about fuel though, that's the next question. Am I going to run out of fuel?
If you're going to pass this guy, it needs to be now.
Only got 9/10 of a second gap. Just do some short shifts as well, may help us get into that slipstream. 9/10 of a second still.
Take him.
Got a brilliant entry here. Good speed as well. This is where Frentzen makes mistakes. He's gone very wide again. This is going to be very close. Yes. I'm not going to pit, guys, don't worry.
Wet tyres for next box.
Ooh, back end slid there. This could be our chance to hopefully defend on the last lap. We're going to go down the inside. Oh, very close there. It's a drag race towards turn 1. We'll hold the inside and we have taken the lead on the very last lap. It's not over yet though. It is not over yet because Frentzen is still all over the back of us. Here he comes again, he's going to go down the inside maybe? No. Got to just hold the line now, hold the racing line, and we've won this. Frentzen's starting to struggle, he's lost a bit of time though. He's still in with a chance. We've got to nurse the car home now. Oh, gone too wide. Go on, hold it together, hold it together. Come now into the last couple of corners to go. Oh, lost a bit oversteer there. And again, here comes Frentzen again. The short shift up to 4th. Got Younghow to go. Half a second's the gap. Here he comes. Up to Rich Mix. This is a drag race now. Frentzen could get us here. It is going to be very close across the line. We're going to take to the inside. Here he comes. But we will win just about. Last to first at Brazil. That was an absolutely incredible race, that was. Only just pipped him as well over the line. That was a mad race, that was. We just win by just under 2/10 of a second as well. Oh, Absolutely right. That was mad, that was. A great race there. So this is the official classification from the last to first here in Brazil, with Mika Häkkinen ourselves winning the race from Heinz Alfrensen with Johnny Herbert. Johnny Herbert, guys, got a podium. How does that happen? If someone tweets him that, I'll be like, oh look, Johnny Herbert got a podium, mate. Great. Coulthard missed out on a podium, sadly, by a tenth and a half, with Diniz, a great performance from Pedro Diniz in 5th. Ralf Schumacher in 6th with Barrichello. A great day, really, for Stewart. I've got to say, a massive props to them. For 7th with Damon Hill in 8th. Eddie Irvine, a bit disappointing Ferrari down there in 9th. And Alex Zanardi completing the top 10. With the sole retirement and the big one, Michael Schumacher, a 14.5 fastest lap, which was half a second quicker than us. So what if he was still in the race? That's the question. If he was still racing, would he have won? We would never know. But I'm going to end it there, guys. So thank you very much for watching for this video. And if you like these live streams, then let me know in the comments below and slap a like on the stream. And let me know as well which discipline you want me to try next in terms of a classic season. It could be this again. But if you give me an iconic F1 moment, let me know and I'll do it as a last to first challenge. But until next time, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon for another video. Until then, have a good day.